Hi, I'm Steve, the founder of Desktop English and the host of the writing workshop for Cambridge exams for the first certificate, the Cambridge Advanced and the Cambridge Proficiency exams. We usually hold this workshop around every month. Some months we don't do it, perhaps some of the months in the summer, but usually you will find access to one of our workshops each month of the year. I'm just going to start by showing you the Google Plus community where the workshop ostensibly takes place. Here you'll notice this is the proficiency exam workshop, the Cambridge Proficiency exam for those studying for CPE. Some information about the community here, and you can link in to our page if you need some extra help. The main function of this community, it's a place where we can share our work, where I can share exercises with the candidates or the participants in the workshop. And also it's a place where we can communicate, both myself, the workshop leader, to the candidates or the participants, and they can communicate directly with me. And also, very importantly, everybody who participates in the workshop can communicate with each other. That way we can offer each other encouragement and also learn from each other's mistakes as well as what we do well. As you'll notice, it's like a Facebook wall in many ways. These are the exercises that I post every couple of days, and then people post their completed writing tasks. People will comment on those. The teacher will comment, and as I said, the other participants can comment. Now, the first task here, this was the last workshop we did in February. The task 1 writing workshop, it tells you just an introductory paragraph that I wrote, just saying have a look through the writing checklist, which you can see here. You can link to that here actually. So if you click on the links here, it will take you to live documents that you can read as a participant in the workshop. There's lots of information for you to have a look through. This is something that Cambridge produce. Okay. But importantly, what do we give you? Okay, so we give you the questions. And once we've given you those questions, the candidates or the participants then submit their answers. Okay, so here was where I posted a question. Here was a question from the Cambridge Proficiency Handbook. Okay, this was the first question that we did in this workshop. I'm not going to click on that now, but I will click on one of the answers that we received. Okay, normally the candidates introduce themselves. So if you look here, you can see this is an introduction from Mercedes, who took part in the workshop, took her exam on the 12th of March. We're still waiting for her results. She posted her answer in full here, okay, which is what I advise everybody to do. Once you've done that, within around 24 hours, you'll receive your correction, okay? So with some comments from me. So I say here, Mercedes, first writing correction. It was a pleasure to read this essay and a very good example to kickstart this workshop. I recommend that you all take a look. +1 this post, that's like liking the post on Facebook, and post any questions, doubts or comments you may have below. If we then click on the link here, you'll find it opens a Google Drive document. This is what you will see when your correction's taken place. Okay, so as it opens up, you'll begin to see some comments and some corrections appearing. Okay, on the right here are some comments. If you click on the green writing, here are some suggestions. The green highlighted writing, it comes up with some suggestions. So I suggest replacing this text with a different text, okay, to make the text more coherent. But I don't only recommend replacing text. Here are some examples of that, where I've suggested well-funded instead of well-founded, and lookout instead of standout here. Okay, so these are suggestions for replacing the text. Also, you'll find comments, okay? So if you click on this text here, one of these pinker texts, you'll notice here that I say this is repetitive, okay? Basic manners due to a loss of basic manners. So that's obviously repetitive, and that's not ideal. So as you go through, it's a clickable document where you can find information relating to the errors throughout, some suggestions for replacements, and all of the comments stand out here as you go through clicking the clickable document. You'll receive this for every piece of writing that you do. Okay, afterwards you'll find the general comments. So this is what you should expect. It's quite a long list of comments that that I will write, as I will be leading the workshop in future too. Okay, but I will give you an assessment of how I felt your writing was. Okay, in this case I've said this is an excellent piece of writing which in my opinion would pass part 1 of the CPA writing exam. You've demonstrated a superb command of vocabulary and the kind of flexibility of grammatical structures necessary at this level. Okay, if we scroll down a little bit, there's some constructive criticisms here. What I suggested, the location of Mercedes' errors. I said her first paragraph contained an error in all 3 sentences, making it the most inaccurately written one. I would be careful with this as your opening paragraph often sets the tone for your piece and can certainly prejudice the examiner's opinion of your writing early. And then afterwards I'll write some recommendations. Okay, here are some recommendations to improve the writing and an estimated score with the criteria as Cambridge grade it. I graded this with a pass at grade B. There were some errors as mentioned, but they were quite minor actually, although I did feel the fact that they came early perhaps was not the best place for those errors to appear. So you'll be able to access this. Now, in this case, it's Mercedes writing, so she'll be able to access all the comments here on the right. The other people in the workshop will be able to just access the general comments at the end, so everybody can get a chance to learn from one another. But the highly personalised comments here, they're private for the person for whose writing it is. Okay, I'm going to close that down now, and what you'll notice, if we open this post, you'll notice that some of the people there commented on it. So other people in the workshop. So Sarah said, wow, amazing writing. I only have a question. Isn't it too long for part 1? Does Cambridge take that into account? Which is really good because people are learning together. Basically, the question is for everybody. I was able to answer that question here. Okay, where it says Desktop English, that's me. Okay, and some more comments from other participants in the workshop. Great job, Mercedes. A lot of encouragement offered by the other people participating in the workshops, which is really positive, and I think that's one of the great strengths of the workshop. Also, you'll notice occasionally I will post some work that I think is useful for the people. So I felt that cohesion was something that Mercedes could have polished up on. So I posted this link to a document where Mercedes and the other candidates can try some exercises, can work through some exercises to practice the cohesiveness of the writing. And as you'll see, the workshop progresses very much like that. Okay, everyone's able to post. I post the corrections, I post the questions, and everyone else can comment upon them. It takes about 10 days in total. At the end, everyone does a client satisfaction survey, so we kind of try to improve every time, workshop on workshop. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is the proficiency exam workshop. There are other communities, of course. This is the one for Cambridge Proficiency, but equally there are the communities for Cambridge Advanced, which anyone can actually access, but only the participants in the workshop can actively participate and view people's writings. You require access to that, and that's something that we give through Desktop English. Here's the Cambridge Advanced, so it's very similar. Different information, of course, because it's a different level, requires different information, but essentially the same idea. Okay, good. So please do sign up for the workshop. There's one every month, as mentioned. I think you'll find it very, very rewarding. There is an introductory offer for the first 10 people that sign up every month. Okay, you can find more information about that on the Desktop English website. But for now, it's been nice speaking to you, and I hope to see you in the workshop soon. Thank you very much for listening.